so much to me. It does so much for the channel as well, to help it grow and to beat the YouTube algorithm. So I just want to begin with the asylum stories. Reddit's creepiest asylum stories. Scariest. Creepiest asylum story. Maybe you have visited many haunted houses before, or hospitals or asylums, or any one of these places. But the question is, what is the absolute creepiest story that you have absolutely heard? I was a night watchman at an abandoned mental hospital turned state park for a summer in college. The only creepy thing that happened was one night I was with one of the state park police and we saw flashing lights in one of the buildings. Now we kind of blew it off because, well, kids constantly broke in and other people broke in to cut the old buildings of any copper they could find. As I was saying, one night we see these flashlight moving objects or flashlights moving around. So we went in. The officer pulled out her gun and flashlight and went over. We went together. We could hear footsteps on the floor above us, and then we heard footsteps above us again. Now this happened for a few floors until we're on the top floor below the roof. This is where we heard footsteps up on the roof, so we went up there. But guess what? Nothing. We never found anyone or any indication that anyone had been there. Freaking scared the shit out of me. There was another night that, well, wasn't scarier. I was driving along one of the trails through the woods with one of my friends. There are no lights at all on the trail. Only light source was my headlights. About 20 or 30 yards down the road, I see a big branch down. I slow down to drive around it and my friend screams, "Holy shit, that tree branch just freaking looked at me." Creeped out and staring at my friend, I slam on the brakes. We both jump out and somebody takes off into the trees. It was some dude in full head to toe camo. What? I mean, what the hell? That Michigan is one of the strangest or most convoluted, I would say, mental health programs due to the amount of psychiatric hospitals that have closed down due to money loss or there not being enough funding. What they do is they release hundreds of untreated patients onto the streets. What the heck is going on? Now this is a while ago, but freaking creepy. If you want, Google the Sekukoki River State Park. We hear them walking. We know that they are in here, but there is no trace. There is no trace. No trace. When I was a teenager, 20 plus years ago, my friends and I, we were kind of stupid. Like most teenagers, we trespassed on a condemned insane asylum called Eloise in southeastern Michigan. The worst thing wasn't that it was at night with flashlights that barely had enough light to guide the way. It was the dirty patient records scattered on the floor and the broken furniture, the torn up walls, the leaking water pipes, the huge fungal bloom from the leaking water. No, that was not the worst part. We kept walking deeper inside this asylum, where we found a freaking tunnel, followed it to a place inside where, guess what? The power was still on. There was an ominous set of double doors with a light shining from underneath. And guess what? An active security camera. Why? What is going on? What the hell? Why would there be an active security camera? We found out that the asylum and a nearby hospital were connected. But here's the weird thing. I looked it up online. It says it closed in 1984. But these kids had been there years after 1984. They also saved one of the patient records. Oh. I'll tell you what, something went down at that place. I guarantee it. There's a place in Dunwoody, Georgia, on the north side of Atlanta, called Brook Run, that was pretty similar to this, minus the mysterious underground connection. It commonly gets referred to as an insane asylum by people who don't really know what it is, or what it was. But here it is. It was really just an inpatient facility for kids with some disabilities. Some kids had mental ones. They bulldozed the whole thing recently because it was on a public here's the creepy part. They had a ton of old flies. Dead. Hundreds of thousands of those old, bloat flies, those big bloat flies that were scattered everywhere. Some were not that old, like things had died in there, like a lot of things. There were also tons of files thrown around. Now, completely violating any HIPAA law today. And what else is really scary? For some reason, there were blueprints on the building, of the building. So, out of all of that, I guess the when we finally decide to hitch up with our group, the door slams shut and we can hear little children's laughter coming from all sides of us. It was pitch black in there. We were all scared shitless. The doors, yeah, they were not self-locking. Someone or something had to push the metal bar across the door from the outside. We thought it was somebody else, but when we started screaming for help over and over and over again, somebody came to set us free. Nobody knew what happened. It's been almost 25 years and none of us have an idea what the fuck happened. You would think it was one of their friends, but all their friends were stuck in that hospital room together. And they were making fun of the kids. That's messed up. I lived in Seattle. Ghost hunting, visiting abandoned places was, well, something we did all the time. I've read many stories about Seattle, and there's places called like the 13 Steps to Hell and places like that. Well, the story is that a satanic family once lived in a house where they had a cemetery deep in their backyard, as many other houses do, but not necessarily in Seattle. The stone there are no clear directions anywhere online. Well, at least at that time. There could be now, who knows, it's probably a fucking tourist attraction. So we accidentally stumble upon a bizarre looking path that nobody had seen in the 2.5 hours we were walking and hiking around looking for this pathway. So it just appears out of nowhere. Just as we are about to give in and go home, the path takes you a mile deep into the woods on a very overgrown, lonely, dark, treacherous trail. You have to duck under and over random boards and thick prickers everywhere. Crashed cars in the middle of the woods. Who in the world crashes cars in the middle of the woods? Okay, I just want to say something. At this point, as much as I've seen in my life, you would never get me to continue to move on. What the fuck is going on? Did any of your friends say, yo, this isn't a good idea? Because this is not a good idea. If you're looking for the stairway to fucking hell, you're gonna find it eventually. Jeez. Why not the stairway to heaven, for crying out loud? So, 30 minutes hiking into the creepiest, darkest, overgrown part of this forest. We shit you not. Hear my friend, as we all turn to head back, yell, there they are. We're standing on top of them. I looked down and I was unknowingly standing between the freaking gargoyles. Now, here's the thing. I did not notice them before. These things are 8 to 10 feet tall and very freaking creepy. So I'm standing on the first step down to the cemetery of hell. Okay, at this point, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? You do not continue to go down. Okay, this person says I was not going to walk down the steps, but I did explore the cemetery. Oh. Okay. Sometimes I just can't believe the intentional stupidity of some people. I'm just saying. I mean, we're not out here looking for the stairway of heaven, people. But my friends, being more brilliant than me, decide to explore further down and start yelling and screaming. They told us, stop scaring them. What? We said. We were at least 200 to 300 feet away from them. We hadn't said a damn word. You know what? I had enough. I turned around and started running away from that freaking place. After they caught up with us, breathless and insanely pissed, they insisted that we were yelling obscenities to them and making them think and feel things that were not there. We finally made I have gone back 5 times with other friends. I gladly took them, but never walked down those stairs, and you know what? Nothing ever creepy happened on those voyages. The group that had the horrific experience told me they never wanted to speak about it again. I know what you're talking about. A year ago, I took some friends to the exact place where you're speaking of. Well, we went at midnight one evening, and just like you, we looked and looked and hiked and drove and could not find this place no matter what we did, until all of a sudden this pathway appeared. And then, just like you said, the gargoyles appeared out of nowhere. I looked around the cemetery, nothing out of the ordinary. I went down to the cemetery, rubbed one of the gravestones so I could read it. I don't know, some satanic shit, some symbol I couldn't read. All of a sudden we noticed we're standing in a fucking circle, debating how much longer we should stay, when all of a sudden a 3-foot log comes flying at us and lands in the middle of the circle. Not only did it land, it stood straight up, must have been at least 200-pound solid pine log. We all looked at each other, horrified. Nobody from the group was missing, and it didn't matter anyway. Nobody from that group could freaking throw that log anywhere. was hoping that it wasn't a real place, but I kind of had a feeling it was. And it is. If you're interested in more unexplained experiences from that place, go to unexplainedmysteries.com. Wow. My boyfriend and I went on a ghost tour at night of the old Missouri State Penitentiary. Yeah, nothing happened to us, but we had carried a recorder in just in case. In the gas chamber, this girl in our group had a full-on asthma attack. She said she couldn't breathe at all. When we walked outside into the light, she had these huge, awful red scratch marks all over her arms, her back, her legs. We were all there watching her. There's no way she could have done that. When we got home, my boyfriend played the recorder. On the recorder, you can hear screams and chilling, disembodied voices emanating from the walls, and right behind us you could hear a man that was not there because we were the last people on the tour. He was almost talking in a foreign tongue. What the hell? This is freaking me out. Oh my god. Like, this stuff is really freaking creepy. So everybody's mother-in-law's house is a little creepy, right? I mean, that's a mother-in-law thing, right? Well, my mother-in-law is awesome, but her house is beyond creepy. My husband and I lived there for over a year when, well, my wife and I were younger. I don't know, it was built in like 1900. It was originally a schoolhouse turned asylum sometime after World War II, and then into a residential home. It was an asylum for little children that the parents could not take care of. A few of my wife's stories are pretty fucking chilling. Standing in front of the house to the left, there's a garage, and about 80 to 90 feet behind that, a large barn. Every so often, she says, she would look to the top of the barn and notice a bright light. Even though that barn was cut off from electricity due to the access door being nailed shut. Apparently there was a fire up there at some point. Her mother went up to investigate, found no signs of people being up there. A load of spiders and a raccoon's nest is all she found. Scared the crap out of my wife. She told me that one time the large stereo in the living room kept turning on, turning off, turning on, turning off, thinking it was the remote not a liar. She looked at me dead in the eyes. She says she swears to God she unplugged the stereo. And no lie, the display kept flickering on and off for 4 minutes afterwards. A music box got inexplicably wound and started playing its weird, eerie tune at 2:30 in the morning. Now here's the thing. All those stories before I told you I was not there for. This one, yeah, I witnessed myself. I jumped up, told her to unwind the goddamn thing. I wrapped it in a towel and shoved it in her drawer. We woke up one night at 2:30 in the morning, and I shit you not. Only a couple weeks later, that damn thing was sitting back out on the damn table, playing the same creepy tune. And that wasn't all I heard. I once heard a woman scream, "Get out!" while feeding my son. He was brand new baby, fresh out of the hospital. We were on the bed watching TV. I had my little boy on my chest and my back to the wall. The bedroom door was shut. All of a sudden I hear a woman scream, "Get out!" I placed my son in his crib and ran downstairs thinking her aunt, who was living there at the time, was in some sort of trouble. I get downstairs to find all the lights off, her aunt dead asleep in her bed, and no goddamn person else there. So I tell you these stories because I also regularly heard children running through my son at the time when he wasn't old enough to walk. How could there be children running through the house when my son was just an infant? Let me tell you about this time in particular. Yeah, I heard what sounded like a large group of children coming up the stairs. Yeah, get this, laughing hysterically at something. And then it was over. That is horrifying. Jesus. said that one night he was walking down when he saw this group of nuns praying. He walked up to them and said, "Hello." None of them said a word. Okay, my dad does not believe in ghosts, but he swears to God there was probably 12 nuns down there that night praying. And no, my dad is not a mental patient. And he's not a liar. I believe him. So, my mom and dad moved into a small, old house near an asylum in the 40s or 50s, I think it was built. So, back in those days, they had one phone per house. It was usually in a central location where they would call it a phone niche, a small shelf or pedestal built into the wall or near the center of the house somewhere. So remember I told you it was right by an asylum. They would get these strange calls begging my mom or dad or my older sister to please help them. Please help them. In the middle of the night, during the day, it didn't matter. It got to the point where my mom unplugged the phone, but it didn't matter. It kept ringing. There was no ringing connection. You could pick up the phone, carry it across the room, and it would still ring. Sometimes, if you would pick it up, all you'd hear is a dial tone. Other times, you would pick it up and you would hear hundreds of people screaming, "Help me, please, help me, please." Needless to say that they moved out of the house. But as my dad swore to God, if that fucking phone ever rang again, they were moving out. But the day they were moving out, it rang. Oh my God. Well, that is, beyond terrifying. I don't even know what I would freaking do. Like, did you look into the background of this house? What? That's really weird, don't you think? So we lived in a house after the telephone incident house, and decided that it would be better to rent a apartment rather than be in a home where we would be by ourselves. Well, our landlords, Mr. and Mrs. Rakadu, they were really, really nice. Unfortunately, Mrs. Rakadu had Alzheimer's and become really vindictive. She hated people, and she said she hated She'd turn over expecting to see my father back from work, but see nothing. No one. She'd get up and the front door would be wide open. So someone was unlocking the door, walking through the house and sitting next to her in bed, yet no one was there. Oh my God. My heart is racing. My mom started having really weird dreams of walking into the kitchen and seeing Mrs. Rackadoo. She'd be covered in blood and be pointing at my mom, screaming at the top of her lungs, "Get the fuck out of my house." Now, I was a pretty young kid at the time, but I saw a few things. Standing at the end of my bed, and my sister saw the same exact thing from time to time. But we were little. We didn't understand that we were seeing something, only that there was something there and it scared the crap out of us. One morning I woke up from a fairly uneventful night. No bad dreams. I walk into the backyard to find an entire backyard absolutely covered in bones. I don't mean blanketed in cow bones, cat bones, dog bones. No. Human fucking bones. Before this, I had uncovered one cow skull once while digging in the garden. I never saw this amount of skeletal remains before my life, and at 32 I haven't seen it since. Well, at 47 I've never seen that many bones. What in hell were those two people doing? Have you called the police? Because this is freaking creepy. What the hell? Needless to say, we moved. Well, yes. What the heck? What the heck is going on? So, Fresno, California. Yeah. It was an awesome place to live, but if you look it up, guess what? It's freaking haunted. My sisters, there were 3 of us by this time. My older sister, me, my younger sister, all had different rooms. I had my own room, being the only boy, and my sisters shared a room at the back of the house. My older sister kept waking everyone up in the middle of the night screaming. She said there was someone in her room. She kept seeing a shadow of someone standing over her bed. Then she'd see lights racing around on the wall and hear something stomping around in the attic. Yeah, creepy, right? Creepy, right? I was a little older now and skeptical as hell about everything supernatural. I insisted the lights she saw were merely headlights of people driving down the street. The shadow of the man on the wall was nothing but imagination. To back up my claims, I pointed to my sister, who also slept in the room and never once experienced anything. Of course, she was very young and might not have noticed. So one night, I said, "Yo, let's trade." I slept in my older sister's bed, and she slept in mine. Well, the only thing you hear in my room was my hamster running on his wheel. So here I am in my sister's bed, listening and watching nothing. I knew it. She was making it all up. But then it started. A shadow on the wall moved. I heard something stirring above my head in the attic. I laid there very still, knowing I must have completely imagined all of this and was a small vent, and inside the vent was a kitten's head kind of pressed up against the vent. The kitten was obviously very scared and wanted out. How a kitten got up there is anyone's guess. My dad gave me a brilliant idea of using a lighter, sending me up the portal into the attic. In my sister's closet, I protested frantically, but overruled as I was the big kid now. My dad hoisted me up, and I sat with my knees on the upper shelf in my sister's closet with just the upper half of my body in the attic. My only light source, the damn lighter, which wasn't doing much. I didn't dare turn around and face the part of the attic that extended over my sister's room. All I wanted to do was find that little kitten curled up in the ball. I looked around, and to my sides a bit, I saw an old wood-burning stove, which was odd. The kind you'd see in a really old house. A few boxes of God knows what, and ahead of me, about 8 or 9 feet, that tiny little kitten. Man, I'll tell you, when I tried my hardest to get that kitten to come to me, slowly it came crawling towards me, and without thinking I'd have the kitten, and turned around to climb out of the closet when I came face to face with this dark creature. I don't know if it was a mask or if it was something, but it was dark and ominous and felt thick energy. There were not any vents. There are no vents in the attic. I could not see. I couldn't do anything. I was entirely motionless, like I was trapped inside a dream. I didn't blink, I didn't move, I made no sound. I straightened my body, and me and the kitten fell out of the closet to the ground. Just above my head, I heard a lot of crash, as if something had just bounced on my previous location. Looking behind me, eyes wide or something emerge from our front door and run at breakneck speed on four legs down the street and disappeared. Now, I guess it is possible that